I'm 11 years old. I am a level 1 student at Ground School Academy. So today we are having a really special guest. Today we are we have a great honor of welcoming a very special guest, Gabe, and he is professional a professional whose career journey is nothing short of inspiring. So, Assalamualaikum, Gabe. How are you doing today? Hello, Gabe. How are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for this opportunity. I'd like to say good evening to everybody in Pakistan. And you are in Pakistan, right?
Yes.
Okay. So good evening to everybody in Pakistan and good morning from here in Florida. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning and the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. And as soon as this is over, I'm going outside in the sunshine.
Okay.
Okay, so that's great. Um, so first of all, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers so they can know about you?
Sure. So, first thing I ever tell everybody, my name is Gabe. That's a nickname. That's what my friends call me. That's what I ask everyone to call me. I know sometimes your culture or because of age and things, you're uncomfortable doing that, and that's okay. Call me anything you like, but I really prefer Gabe. So, I was a civil structural engineer in the Air Force in America and also a civil structural engineer for NASA at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. And it was amazing. I really, really love being on the Space Center and be involved in the space program. About 10 years ago, I was doing a lot of speaking, which was very surprising to me, but I started doing a lot of international speaking, and there wasn't enough hours in the day. So I quit my job. I resigned my position so I could become a full-time speaker. And I've been to Pakistan 3 times, and I've totally enjoyed Pakistan. I think you are all amazing. You're very kind. You're very smart. You're just pleasure to be around. I'm looking forward to coming back, hopefully in November. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
No, I couldn't. I didn't hear anything after you asked me to give the introduction.
Okay, so you said I'm coming to Pakistan, so I'll welcome you. And my question with you is, what inspired you to join the Air Force?
Well, I joined the Air Force because I couldn't do anything else. Uh, I talk about how I hated school and I did terrible in school, and so I took a lot of like pre-college courses in school, and I did terrible, and I really hated it. So when I finished school, I really couldn't do anything, and so my parents would get a job, get a job. Well, I couldn't really do anything. I was working at McDonald's, making burgers and fries, and that was a lot of fun. So I ended up joining the Air Force really just to get away from my parents. I had good parents, but they were saying, get a job, do this, do this. All I wanted to do was go to the beach and play sports. So I was always fighting with my parents. So I said, okay, I'm out of here. I'm joining the Air Force. So that got me in the Air Force. And then from there, I went to university at night, and many good things happened. And I'm very, very thankful for everything in my life, and especially being with students like you. This is really fun for me. I really enjoy it. And I thank you for the opportunity to share some time.
Oh, you're welcome. So my next question is, how did you become director of engineering at A at AF?
Yeah. So when you're in the Air Force, or even in
FOC?
any career that you're in, and the Air Force in a way was a career, you you advance, you learn, and you get promotions, and you advance and you advance. So through the course of my Air Force career, I had many great jobs, and one of the jobs I got was just through an opportunity that presented itself, and I was very, very fortunate to get it, and I'm very thankful. And it was awesome. I traveled around a lot in that position. I literally traveled around the world, and it was awesome to do that. And so I'm kind of doing that now with schools, visiting 18 countries so far. So it was great. It was very. I'm very thankful for the opportunity.
Okay, so that's amazing. Now my next question is, what was the most challenging project you worked on in the Air Force?
There's so many different things, but I look at every day as a new challenge, and it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't where I am. I look at a day as an adventure. Each day is independent from the one before or the one coming up. So for me, each day is a challenge, and the challenge is not to do something, but to enjoy doing it. And how well can you do it? So no, it doesn't matter what you do, where you are. Try to develop that mentality of doing your best, enjoying what you do, and most importantly, believe in yourself. Once you have that, all of the challenges are the same, and you feel confident that you can overcome them. You enjoy the challenge of overcoming whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. And for me, it's all fun. I did some really amazing things, and and traveling around the world. I worked with some individuals called pararescue individuals, and these people who are trained to go behind enemy lines in case there's a pilot that was shot down and rescue that pilot and protect that pilot. So these are very, very special individuals. And the time I was with them, I consider the most, not the most challenging, but certainly I learned more from them. And I really enjoyed everything I did in the Air Force. I actually started out driving a truck. So I went from driving a truck to the director of engineering. So I did many, many different things. They were all fun and they were all exciting, and each was a challenge. And the challenge was to do my best and to enjoy the opportunity to do something new.
Oh, that's amazing. Now my next question is, what leadership lessons did you learn from military service?
Uh, I know it's not so much for military services. It's just, to me, leadership is all about, helping others, supporting others, believing in others. And it doesn't matter what you do. If you want to me to be a good leader, you have to be able to relate to those around you. And you have to be able to get them to understand the way you think and why you think. And try to get them to think the same way. And even if they don't think the same way, try to find a common ground where you can reach a common objective. So leadership is more about treating people fairly and being kind to others, and also, forming a team where everybody is equal. It doesn't matter what you do, everybody has a part. When you all do your part, you're all successful, and everybody is equal. And this is what leadership is to me.
Okay, so that's amazing. So now my next question with you is that, how is engineering in the Air Force different from NASA?
Well, it's, I equate, I talk about different careers, and I talk about being a nurse. So if you're a nurse, it doesn't matter where you are. You're going to be a nurse. You're going to do the same thing. It's the same thing with most professions. It's just where you do it that makes it so special. So as a civil structural type of engineer, if I was in Karachi, if I was in Delhi, anywhere in the world as a civil structural engineer, you'd kind of do the same thing. You deal with roads and bridges and buildings and roofs, the infrastructure and the facilities in a city, or in this case, on Kennedy Space Center. And it's really, really fun to do that. But where you do it is what makes it amazing. Kennedy Space Center to me is the most magical place in the world. When you drive out to the Space Center, when you go on the Space Center, everywhere you look, there's pictures of stars, there's pictures of the galaxies, there's pictures of the universe. So your mind is always going to these magical places. It's just so much fun. And then you see a big building, you see a ship put together, and it goes to these magical places. So your imagination becomes reality. It's just so much fun. And it doesn't matter what you do. You can cut the grass as long as you're on Kennedy Space Center. To me, you're going to have a great time.
Wonderful, really good. So, now my next question is, can you share a moment with your team achieved something remarkable?
You know, it's really interesting. Most of the things that I've done with the help of others. One of the most challenging things I was faced with one time, I was living in Germany, and I was trying to help military people who were in uh, Egypt and in Israel, and they were living in a housing area where they couldn't afford it. It was a very, very challenging situation for them. So when I went to these countries, how can I help you solve this problem? I said to them, how would you solve it? And they told me how they would solve it. So in a way, we became a team. Most people went in and looked at everything and tried to figure out how to do it and never could do it and left. I asked the people who live there, how do you do it? I didn't care with their position or mine. I figured they know better than anybody, and they told me how to do it. I took that information with me. I was able to pass it on to others, and the problem was solved. And that's just to me the idea of working together, of helping each other. Everybody is equal. In this case, many, many people tried to solve this problem before me, but they never talked to the people who are living there and asked, how would you solve it? So for me, I always try to connect with people. I don't care about their position or mine. The same with this interview. This interview is very important to me. I want to do the best I can to support you in doing this interview because I know it's important to you. So I approach everything the same. How can I help you? And in some cases, how can I help you help me? But the objective is to have a common goal and find a way to achieve it.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Now my next question is, what advice do you give young engineers interested in the military?
So for me, I don't specifically speak with engineers. I speak with everybody, and the same with you. You want to have goals. Goals are really important. And how do you get goals? Usually, you start with a thought or a dream. You take that dream, you write it down, and you say, "This is my goal." And then you ask yourself, "What steps do I take to achieve it?" And you plan the steps. Really important. You plan small steps. Don't be in a hurry. Three things I really, really want to talk to you about, and I hope you will remember. Just these three things: do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. If you learn those three things, you will never work. Nothing will ever be hard. You will never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You'll be very successful and enjoy doing it. But those three things are really important. Do your best. That's pretty easy. Most people, you can just challenge yourself the same with this interview. How well can I do this? Enjoy everything you do. Again, with this interview, you can have fun doing it or you can be miserable doing it. Either way, you're going to do it. Find positives in everything you do. It's so important. And if you can't find a positive, say to yourself, could be worse. Then it becomes a positive. Never have a negative experience. And the most important thing is that belief in yourself. And you get that belief in yourself by establishing those goals and the steps to achieve them. So I always say to everyone, go slow, enjoy the journey. It's so important. The slower you go, the easier it is. The easier it is, it helps you build confidence, helps you develop a belief in yourself. And you want to build and build and build. And one day you will say to yourself, I can do anything. When you believe you can do anything, you will never have stress. You'll never have pressure. And when you enjoy what you do, everything is fun. And that's my advice to everyone. And this is the way I live. I'm not hearing you.
Okay, so now my next question is, did you face high, pre- uh, sorry, my question is, How did you motivate your team during thought missions?
I think you lead by example. You stay positive. You look at options. Sometimes you do something, and always, to me, you do things as a team. You don't say this is what we're going to do. You can say this is what we have to do. How do you think we should do it? And you get everybody involved in the process and making decisions, and you get everybody involved on setting up a path, and then you all collectively do that. But to me, it's always about getting everybody to feel equal, letting everybody know they're important, and just being a true team. And I love sports. I love sports because the only way you can really be successful in sports is if everybody plays as a team. And that's life with me. Just like now, me and you,
मोकले
we're a
बता.
team, right? Without you, I can't do this. Without me, you can't
सिर्फ
do this.
फेसबुक पे
So
पोस्ट कर
we're
दें.
we're a team and we're equal on this interview for me.
Okay, so that's amazing. So now my next question is, how did you, um, what role does innovation play in Air Force engineering?
I didn't get first part of that. Could you say it again? I heard the second part, not the beginning.
Okay, so my question was that what role does innovation play in Air Force engineering?
I think it plays the same role in everything, not just Air Force engineering, but in life in general. I think you asked about innovation. To me, I think that's what you said. It's just evolving, trying things differently, learning from what you've done. How can I improve? And my objective is always to do my best. And how can I do better? And it doesn't matter what it is. And again, when you have a group or a team, you want to have a common goal and you want everybody involved in the process. So to me, it doesn't matter what it is or where you go or what, the same way you approach everything.
Time मेरे चले दे. मुझे time. Okay. So now, do you like to give any last advice to our viewers?
Yeah, well, I try to have the same advice to everyone, and I use it to myself. Remember those three things. It's so important. Do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. Remember, doing your best is easy. Just challenge yourself. How well can I do something? And always try to improve, but always feel good about your effort as well. Enjoy everything you do. You can find positives in everything, and you want to find positive in everything, including yourself. And most importantly, believe in yourself. And you get that belief in yourself by establishing goals and small steps to achieve them. And this is so important to me. And when I'm traveling around speaking at schools, and hopefully maybe I'll get to see you in Pakistan. I'm hoping to come back in November. I can see you in person, and you can come to the presentation and hear a little bit more about this.
That's great. So, welcome everybody. This was our interview with KB, and it was really amazing. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gabe, for giving me